life evolves, if consciousness evolves, if being evolves, then it is reasonable to understand that the divine must and does evolve as man evolves. This is a truth that has been known throughout the ages, but a truth that is often overlooked in wanting to simplify the explanation of God and of the divine and of all things that people who are uneducated and very uneducated and people who think they're exceptionally educated and people who have a preponderance of degrees seem to lack total knowledge of. For it is easier for them to simply say, God is this great master, this great point, this great end, this great intelligence, than to perceive that God is an ever-evolving consciousness far beyond their own consciousness. Think of this. You live in a world where there are no absolutes, yet everyone wishes to teach you that everything is absolute, that the solidity of your furniture is absolute, that the solidity of your floors and walls and ceilings are absolute, that the solidity of your body is absolute, and that God is an absolute, finite, unknowable, infinite. Say that again. A finite, unknowable, infinite. Because they wish God to be something that they can conceive, they must place a limitation upon the divine. But God is without limits. But that which is without limits is ever-changing, despite the fact that we all perceive God as being unchangeable. But the truth is that God is unchangeable change. And yet, there are religious leaders in all faiths that will tell you they have the answer to what God is, the unknowable, the unconceivable. They have conceived and known and put in a nice, neat box to serve to anyone who will come to their table. And people come flocking to the table because they are hungry. Hungry for knowledge about the divine. But they are unwilling to pay the price of prayer and meditation. They are unwilling to take the time to begin to strive to know God. So instead, They allow some half-wit that has dulled their minds through education and the reading of scriptures to tell them who and what God is. And they count themselves lucky if that individual is able to deceive them, so they no longer worry about finding God, but know how that limitless God is limited and handed to them. All of that really makes sense when they could simply pray and meditate and come closer to God. But that would take 5 minutes a day. That would take 10 minutes a day. That could take a few seconds for an epiphany. Oh, how much better to waste years of study in seminary and reading dead books than to pray and meditate and seek the living God. And then when God is found in those dead books, can it be a living God that is found? For only if those books have made you turn and look within, so you see the light burning within, is it possible that the dead books can direct you towards the living God. The living God is not to be found in the death of the world, but to be found in the light and prayer. The living God burns within your heart, sustains your life. There is not a dead book, nor a college course that can sustain your life. There is not a preacher, or a teacher, or a clergyman of any faith that can sustain your being. For only God can enter into your heart and then flow forth out of your heart, sustaining you today, tomorrow, and always. For this cause we encourage you. We encourage you to pray and meditate, for in doing so, you can find the will of God, the way of God, and perhaps the shadow of divinity. We leave you with blessings and with peace. Peace be with you.